Question 8. A mutual fund company has the following assets under it on the close of business as on 1st Feb 2012 and 2nd Feb 2012. Here is the list of companies, and this is the list of number of shares held by the mutual fund in each company, and this is the market price per share of each company on 1st Feb 2012, and this is the market price per share of each company on 2nd Feb 2012. The total number of units is 6 lakh. The first bit is we need to calculate the net assets value, that is the NAV of the fund, that is on 1st Feb 2012. Second bit, following information is given. Let us see what information is given. Assuming one, Mr. A submits a check of rupees 30 lakh to the mutual fund, and the fund manager of this company purchases 8,000 shares of M Limited, and the balance amount is held in bank. In such a case, what would be the position of the fund? That is revised position. Okay. Third bit. Find new NAV of the fund as on 2nd Feb 2012. Okay. We'll solve this problem. How do you compute NAV? NAV computation. First, particulars. Then what do we have? Number of shares. Then market price per share. This is in rupees. Then we have amount in rupees. Right? Okay. Let's go back to the question and see what all we have. So we have shares in these four companies and any other assets? No, we do not have any other assets. Any liabilities? No, we don't have any liabilities. So we just have shares in these four companies, right? Okay. And the companies are L, M, N, P. L, M, N, P. Limited, 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 and limited. Okay. Details of share: 20,000, 30,000, 20,000, and 60,000. Next, market price per share on 1st Feb 2012. 20, 312.4, 361.2, 505.1. And we don't have any other assets. We do not have liabilities. So, number of shares into market price per share will give us market value, right? So, this into this is some amount, this into this is some amount, this into this is some amount, and this into this is some amount. Sum of all this is net asset value, and this net asset value divided by number of units, which is 6 lakh, will give us NAV per unit. Okay, so this is how we compute NAV. This we have seen in question number 7. Now, what happened on Feb 1st, 2012? Feb 1, 2012. What happened? On Feb 1, 2012, Feb 1, 2012, there is this person A, Mr. A. He goes to the mutual fund MF office and submits a check worth 30 lakhs. And the fund manager working here takes this check and invests partly in equity shares of M Limited. Okay, how many shares? It is 8,000, right? Now, if you see the market price of M Limited on 1st Feb is rupees 312.4. Number of additional shares, that is number of shares purchased, is 8,000. So amount used from this check is rupees 312.4 into 8,000. That is 312.4 into 8,000. We get 2499,200. Rupees 2499,200. Okay. 24 lakh 99,200. Total amount is 30 lakh. So balance amount is 30 lakh minus rupees 24.992 lakh, right? That is 5 lakh 800 rupees, 5 lakh 800. So this amount is held in bank. Okay, so this is the transaction. Now we will try to compute what is the revised position of the fund, and let the NAV so computed on Feb 1 2012 be X. Okay, now we will see the revised position of the fund. Revised fund position. Okay, so what all do we have? The companies are the same, right? And number of shares are the same. It is the same except in case of M Limited, because 8,000 additional shares are purchased, right? Market price per share, is it the same? Yeah, it will be the same on the same date, right? So you just have to multiply number of shares by market price per share to get the amount. And here there will be a change, right? Apart from this, do you find any other assets after this transaction, after A submitting 30 lakh rupees check and the fund manager investing 8,000, investing in 8,000 additional shares of M Limited? Yes, it is cash or bank, right? Because the leftover is put in bank, right? So we'll just write it as cash. Okay, so this is 500, 800, right? Now once again calculating the market value of each company, wherein everything will be same except in case of M Limited it will change, and also including cash we will find the net asset value. Okay, and will there be a revision in number of units? See, once Mr. A submits the check to the mutual fund, and only after allotting units to Mr. A can the fund manager utilize the amount in towards investment in equity shares, right? So at what rate will Mr. A be given the units? at the rate of X, right? And how much did he submit? Units allotted to Mr. A. So he sent 30 lakh. And what is the rate? It is X. So it will be 30 lakh by X. That will be the additional units allotted to Mr. A. So number of units will be 6 lakh plus 30 lakh by X. Rupees 30 lakh by X. And X is the NAV per unit on Feb 1, 2012. Right? Now we have the new net asset value and we have the revised number of units. So net asset value by number of units will give us NAV per unit. What is the third bit? We should find out the NAV per unit as on Feb 2nd, 2012. Right? Okay. So we will find out NAV as on Feb 2nd, 2012. Let us change this to Feb 2012. Okay. Are the companies same? Yes, it is same. Number of shares, is it same? Yes, it is same. Market price per share, is it same? No, this is not same. This needs to be revised. 20.5, 360. These are the revised market price per share. Is there any change in cash? No, there is no change in cash. So now we will multiply number of shares by market price per share and we'll get new figures, right? And we'll add all this and we'll get new net asset value. Is there any change in number of units here? No, there is no change in number of units. So we'll get NAV per unit as on Feb 2, 2012. So it is the same, right? Okay. So this is how we are going to do. Now let us find the answer. First bit is we need to calculate NAV as on 1st Feb 2012. So 20,000 into 20, that is 4 lakhs. Next, 30,000 into 312.4, that is 9372,000. And next, 20,000 into 361.2, that is 7224,000. Next, 60,000 into 505.1, that is 30,30,6,000. Okay. So adding all this, we get 47302, 47302,000. This divided by 6 lakh, that is 78.84. So this is NAV per unit as on Feb 1, 2012 before A submitting his check. Now let's see second bit. We need to find out the revised fund position. Okay. So again, 20,000 into 20, that is 4 lakh. Then 30 plus 8, that is 38,000 into 312.4, that is 11,871,200. Next, 20,000 into 361.2, that is 7224,000. Next, 60,000 into 505.1. It is 30,30,6,000. Okay. Then you have cash of 500, 800, which we already computed. Now, sum of all this is 50,30,2,000. Right? Now, this divided by revised number of units. Revised number of units is 6 lakh plus 30 lakh by x. So, what is x? X is nothing but 78.84. So, when we divide 30 lakh by 78.84, we get 38052. So, this is 38052. So, 6 lakh plus 38,052 is 638,052. 638,052. So 50,30,2,000 by 638,052 is 78.84 again. 78.84. Obviously, NAV does not change just because somebody is investing, right? So NAV before investment of A and NAV after A's investment will be the same because there is no change in market prices of the shares held, right? So that is the reason it is same. Now what is the third bit? We need to compute NAV as on Feb 2 2012, right? Now 20,000 into 20.5, it is 4 lakh 10,000. 410,000. Next 38,000 into 360, it is 1368,000. 1368,000. Next 20,000 into 383.1, it is 7662,000. 7662,000. Next 60,000 into 503.9, it is 30,234,000. 30,234,000. Next, cash we already computed. It is 500, 800. That is 5 lakh 800. This will not change. So now let us find out the total. 52,486,800. 52,486,800. And this is 638,052. So 52,486,800 by 638,052 is 82.26, right? So NAV per unit on Feb 2 2012 is NAV per unit on Feb 2 2012 is rupees 82.26, right? This is the solution.